Every journey begins somewhere. When you're working on cars, it's usually a scrapyard or some hidden find in some barn or somebody's garage. This was my start after somebody had made a butchered attempt to put a Pinto, yeah, the whole Pinto, into this vehicle, along with the Chrysler rear axle. First time around, we took everything down to the bare metal, grafted a Chevy subframe with a 350 60,000 over 700 R4 tranny and a Chevy rear axle. I cut the flip front end, we put her back together and painted it in a plastic lined barn at 5 o'clock one Saturday morning, and we drove her that way for a great many years. In 2009, it was at the point where I either had to be refinished or we had to move the metal. As I had not seen any 46 Studebakers around previously, I figured it was best to maybe keep it and redo it. As we were redoing it, we figured we might as well correct some of the ills from the past, and we did have some overheating problems, so we decided to put in a Mr. Cool aluminum 2-core 1-inch core rad. As the two front fenders on the truck had been made of fiberglass, they were very thin and were bubbling quite a bit, and the steel fenders on the back were like Swiss cheese. We decided to replace all 4 fenders. We had Macmillan Fiberglass in Owen Sound, Ontario build 4 fiberglass fenders for us. An interesting thing to note is there's really only 2 fenders on this vehicle, because the 2 fenders on the right are exactly the same, the 2 fenders on the left are exactly the same. Take a close look. The movement that we had experienced in the flip front end, that flexing tended to crack some of the panels, or start to crack some of the panels along the edges. We had to go in and we had to TIG weld all those and bring them back to snuff so we wouldn't see any further damage after we had it painted. One of the big things I wanted to correct on this rebuild was the foot restriction I had at the accelerator. I managed to add another 4 inches in the floor pan area and still retain 1/4 inch of clearance to the left cylinder head. Well, since we had the engine out, we decided that this 60,000 over 350 needed a stroker kit. So we added a stroker kit to it, high volume oil pump. We put a comp cam thumper RV roller cam in it, deep dish oil pan, and head-wise, we moved from 76cc heads to 64cc heads. Now that's putting the engine on a diet. The 64cc heads that we put on the engine were GM's latest Phase 3 bow tie heads, which also had angled plugs. They would give us a little problem later, in so much as trying to get a set of headers that would clear the plugs and also clear the frame with the engine in place. We managed to find a set of Patriot headers which accomplished the requirement quite adequately. With the transmission out, we decided to replace all the seals on this unit, along with putting a finned aluminum large volume pan on the bottom. One mistake that we made was we did not replace the TVI grommet. That would come back to haunt us later. Wiring. What can I say about wiring? You end up with these gremlins in the system and they're almost impossible to find. We decided just to replace the whole wiring harness in the Studi with a 21 circuit unit. That proved to be a good move. With everything back together, it was time to take her off to the body shop and let's put some color on this baby. SS Automotive in Sarnia squirted the base clear coat GM Victory Red. Fat fendered and red. I'm in love all over again. My Kragers that I purchased new in '62 still look great. All the wood in this truck is Honduras mahogany. The wood in the bed is actually fastened onto some marine plywood and was slipped in as a whole unit in the truck after it was painted. Studebaker was one of the first to have a full steel box, unlike GM, Ford, and Chrysler. The Studebaker name etched in the back window glass glows at night from the third brake light. Real cool.